in a small town down in Arkansas, where the river flows, there's a man with a passion that everybody knows.
Howdy, howdy everybody. Welcome to HT's EDC, coming at you from the front porch. And it is just a smoking beautiful day here in southern Arkansas when we are shooting this video. Not sure yet exactly when I'm gonna upload this one, when you guys might be seeing it. Maybe this afternoon, maybe tomorrow, not sure just yet. But anyway, this is about 11:16 a.m. on Tuesday here in the Stone when I'm shooting this. And today we are going to be looking at some grandpa knives. And when I say grandpa knives, literally grandpa knives. These are my best friend Eddie, his grandfather's knives from his collection. He is no longer with us. Rest in peace, Grandpa. But these are some knives that Eddie has inherited from his grandpa and were passed down. And he knows I'm, Mr. Knife Guy. So at one of our events over there, he comes out with them one night. It's like, here, HT, you want to take a look at these? And I love them, of course. You've seen from the thumbnail, they are Schrade old timers, which is check and checkmate for HT. Love the Schrade stuff, the old timers, Uncle Henry's. Oh yeah, Schrade Walden, you name it, love it. But anyway, he came out with these two knives, and he's like, think you can do anything with them? And I'm like, yeah, sure. And without further ado, we will look at them. And this is going to kind of serve as my part one video, because we are, I have decided to tackle these. And honestly, this first one, not that big. You're going to say, oh, big deal, gloss it up a little bit and, move on. True. I'm not trying to say this is a huge restore on this first one, but it is a 5 OT, a Schrade USA Schrade Plus 5 OT, and it's a little peaked. We have some tarnished. This is, no big deal. These pins, these bolsters are tarnished. The main problem, and, this blade channel and all, I'm sure needs cleaned out. The main problem with this one, and I don't know how well it's going to come in on camera to show you this, may not at all, but maybe you can tell. I don't know. Can you see right there when I push that against my hand that blade tip is pointed left? It definitely, again, I don't know how well that's going to show up, but this tip is definitely bent, and it's pretty well blunted. Can you see? You might not, from this angle, you're not going to see that it's bent, but you may well see, if I can get that to focus, that it's a rounded off tip, a little blunted. No big deal. Am a little nervous trying to get this tip unbent without breaking it off. That's going to be a tedious task. I have broke some tips in my day, but we are going to try to see if we can get that tip straightened and a proper tip put back on it. A nice pointy tip that's not rounded off. And another thing, if you could tell here, another little problem this has is see that blade tip with it being bent and the way it's kind of blunted off. This is a little bit proud. You can catch your finger on that right now. So we're going to see if we can do something, get this blade tip to go back down in that channel some. May have to do, not sure what all I have to do with that. I may have to do a little grinding, little subtle grinding here on this kick to get that to drop back on down. But when I get that good and sharp, we don't want that, you know, you dig it in your pocket or whatever, and that cutting somebody. So some unique issues with this one. Again, not you know, as far as the exterior of this one, not so bad, but it comes with its own little unique challenges. So Grandpa's 50T, game on. We're going to see what we can do with that one. And here is a cool one. Now, when I say Grandpa's knives, and you've heard me use the term Grandpa Patina, oh, this one has it in spades, folks. Spades. Check out this 94 OT. And when I talk about a Grandpa Teener, shabam. That's what I'm talking about. You could put this as the postcard for those back springs right there. That is a textbook Grandpa Teeners. Just basically charcoal gray, almost completely black. I love that, though, by the way. You're going to say that, you know, some of you are going to say, oh my God, it looks terrible. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. For those of us that know, that is a thing of beauty there. Now, would I like to clean up these brass liners around those? Yes. And in doing so, am I probably going to lose a little bit of that Grandpa Teener? Possibly. But my goodness, is that cool as creek water. Love it. Now, moving on to the blades. Well, before we get to the blades, as you can see, these blade channels, you know, I'm sure you can't see down in there, but they look pretty dark and probably pretty cruddy. And of course, this, you know, these brass liners, you got the one liner separating the two blades here, and then you have a little liner here on each side. So there's a total of 3 brass liners in there, one separating the blade, and one upper and one lower, and they are all pretty well tarnished. Not a big deal. Little elbow grease will do that. Now for the blades. Love these Teeners too. I'm going to start out just by saying that. This clip point blade here, and folks, you can tell right off jump. Let's just address the elephant in the room. These things have been used. We do have a little bit of a smile right here. Grandpa, I believe this was Grandpa's go-to right here. This was his sidekick, and we have a little bit of a smile. Nothing major on this clip point blade. We're kind of blunted off here in the front. Not much of a tip, but look at those Teeners. Goodness gracious, it's got the Grandpa peppering, spots of black and gray on it. Mwah! Love it, and oh yeah, I love it. Moving on to the artist formerly known as a spade blade. I believe we have a smile here. I believe, look how thin this thing is. We have some meat loss here on this one. And I believe this was Grandpa's favorite go-to blade right here. I think we can tell. He has used the smooth fire out of this thing. It almost, it really doesn't look like a spade blade anymore. It almost looks like a sheep cliff, if you will. If a sheep's foot and a Warncliffe had a baby, it is unique what we have left here. And honestly, I can tell you right now, this was Grandpa's favorite blade. This thing still has a little bit of edge on it. Can you see that? Look at that, all the way up there. This thing is working sharp as we speak. That not so much on that clip point blade, but evidently, man, as I get a little bit of my nail off there, You could cut with this right now. But anyway, this is a tedious one on this one too, because this one is so cool. I don't want to lose the historic, to me, some of these Teeners and all. I don't want to go too shiny on this. So I can tell you already, if you guys are, when you come back, this one's not going to be blinging. I don't want it to whatsoever. I want to clean it. I want to lube it. And I want to get it sharp again, where Eddie can do what he wants with it. If he wants to drop it in his pocket and tote a grandpa knife, if he wants to get a little shadow box and put them up on the wall to remember grandpa, that's on him. I have been tasked with getting them cleaned up and serviceable again, and challenge accepted. So, and as far as the bolsters and all, we have a little something here. I don't see anything too major on the exterior of either knife, honestly. That'll 100% clean up. This one is just, how much do you take off in the process? This one's, that fine line of, while you're cleaning it and sharpening and lubing it, you just I don't want to lose too much character in this one. So if I have not mentioned this, and let me get it out here, it's probably on the clip point blade. Yeah, it is. This is and I'm sure, come here light, there's a little bit of light if I turn it right there. It is pretty dark and teenered up there, but this is a Schrade 94T. Is it 94T or OT? It should be OT. 94 OT, dummy. Old timer. This is a 94 OT trapper. And yeah. So we have a 5 OT, 94 OT trapper, and yeah. We're going to see what we can do with these, and see if we can do some justice for Eddie's grandpa, and put something back in his hands. He'll be proud once again to show off, look at, carry, whatever he may choose to do with them. They will be ready to go again. So stay tuned. We will see these again, and hopefully in a little better form. Thank you, folks, for sticking around. Listening to the backstory on that one, but we're going to see what we can do with them. We love you. Thank you for visiting with us. God bless you. Hit that like, hit the bell if you want to be a on-screen friend and family of this channel. We do this every day, folks. If you love these old timers, these old traditionals, I might be your huckleberry. God bless. HT out.
Buck knives gleaming under that old porch light. He'll tell their stories deep into the night. Reviews and torture tests, it's a sight to see. HT